What up, Mike D here, checking in with you guys, man. I want to celebrate Eric B. and Rakim's Paid in Full album, one of the greatest hip hop albums of all time. In my personal opinion, it's the top five hip hop album all time. People always ask me what's the greatest hip hop album ever, and this one is one of the ones that is in that conversation for me. 1987, these guys broke the mold. Rakim changed the way everybody flowed. This song, well, the song Eric B. is President, excuse me, had the whole summer on Smash from the stories that I've heard. Because again, I wasn't around for it. And many people who are out there listening to me speak about this can probably co sign or, deny if you feel like you need to. When they dropped Eric B as president and the WAP came into play, and this guy was spitting, man. I don't bug out of chill or be acting ill. No tricks in 86. It's time to build Eric B easy on the mic, on the cut, excuse me. No mistakes allowed, because to me, MC means move the crowd. I made it easy to dance to this. And I can get that extra coming next from the flex of the rest. Take a knee that I proceed, because my man made a mix. If you bleed, he ain't gonna need no band-aid to fix. Who was rapping like that in 1986, man? Come on, man. This man was coming from the future. Like, this was insane type of flows. Like, if you go back and listen to how people were rapping in 86, respectfully, it wasn't like that. You know what I mean? And to hear that, and to hear that even in present day, in any era of hip hop, it's just amazing to think how far ahead an MC like that was and still is to many respects. The mic performance on my melody, there's not many mic performances you'll ever hear like that. And from what I understand, in the stories that I read and heard, that was the first song that Rakim recorded. I think Molly Mall said in the interview that my melody was first, and they recorded these in the same day. My melody was first, and then Eric B is president. Now, before I get super nerdy with it, man, I think that this album has three legit top 50 hip hop songs of all time, possibly four top hundreds, and I would say Paid in Full. Got to say that's a top 50 hip hop record of all time. Um, Ain't no joke. Crazy mic performance, crazy record, crazy classic. That's a top 50, in my opinion, as well. And of course, Eric B is president. Now, the bangers that are on this album, for me, that's what makes this album a top five. I think it's in the conversation. It could be considered the greatest hip hop album ever. The bangers that are on here, man, you got Ain't No Joke, My Melody. You got I Know You Got Soul on here. Move the Crowd, Paid in Full, and Eric B is president. The only song on here that one could say is not a quote unquote banger, and I love this record. As the rhyme goes on, I am whatever you say I am. And that's where that comes from. Like, this album is end to end to end bangers. Like, I don't think that people understand how quality Paid in Full is from beginning to end. And the rhymes that Rakim is displaying, like I said, in 86, 87, it's just otherworldly. And for me, even if he stopped his career here, which he didn't, he continued to go on and continue to elevate in many respects. He's one of the greatest MCs of all time just based on this album alone. That's how incredible Paid in Full as an album is. And the fact that these guys came with the image, the motif, the swagger, you know what I mean? They did this in a way where this wasn't even just the East Coast influence thing, man. Like Rakim and Eric B, man, like these guys influenced everybody with Paid in Full. Because it wasn't just the rhymes, you had the beats too. Like, everybody was listening to this. You could hear the influence that Paid in Full had on West Coast hip hop, Southern hip hop, the Midwest. That's why when everybody sees Rakim or hears Rakim or is even in Rakim's presence, we bow, we praise him, man, because this guy birthed so many things. He birthed so many things in the culture, and this is one of those albums. We always have these conversations online or whatever where people put up a bunch of albums or put up a bunch of artists and be like, remove one. You can't remove Paid in Full from hip hop history. If you remove Paid in Full from hip hop history, things are drastically different. Not just the sound, the lyrical approach, the flow, the insightful lyrics, the intricate lyrics, even the bangers. Like, this album has everything. And I know there's always been a conversation about Illmatic and Paid in Full. I don't like having that conversation, but the thing is, man, Illmatic does some things that Paid in Full doesn't do, and Paid in Full does some things that Illmatic doesn't do. But both were necessary for their time period and were needed for their time period. But I want to give the flowers to Paid in Full, man. Like, Paid in Full deserves its flowers on its 38th anniversary. We should celebrate it every year. It's coming up on 40. And I think hip hop should do something very, very special for 40. I want to be a part of that because, again, this album is a big reason why we're here. Like, without Paid in Full, hip hop is drastically different. But without further ado, my favorite song on Paid in Full, if you're asking me today, it's gonna be Eric B as President. I love that record. It's one of my favorite hip hop songs ever. Let me know what you guys' favorite song on Paid in Full is in the comments. And let me know what you think of possibly the most underrated song on Paid in Full in the comments. Hit like and subscribe, man. Appreciate you guys. Talk to you soon, and we celebrate.